Hey guys, it's Kendra. Today I'm here to do a video all on postpartum health and fitness, how I have gotten my body back in shape after I had my twins. They are almost a year and a half, so a decent amount of time has gone by to where I've been able to get back in shape. I'm not 100% where I'd like to be, but I'm pretty happy with how my body is right now. I want to share kind of the whole process. So when I started working out, what I did, what I do now, and I also asked you guys to leave me your questions on a recent Instagram post. So once I kind of give you all the stuff that I want to talk about, then I'll go through those questions and make sure I hit everything that you guys wanted to know about. So I hope you guys all enjoy this video. I want this to be an encouraging video for those of you guys if you maybe just gave birth or if you're pregnant and you're starting to think about your body postpartum, because it can be a daunting thing. I remember when I was about 8 months pregnant, I was so down on myself because I was physically miserable. Everything hurt. I felt like my pregnancy was never going to end, and I don't know, I just felt like really down. I am in such a better state mentally now. I feel like I just have a more positive outlook on everything, and I've learned through this exercise journey that, and it sounds like deep, but truly, like, I've just learned a lot about myself and a lot about pushing yourself and motivating yourself to get to a point where you're really happy with your body. When I first started working out, I did it originally just because I wanted to look better. But then through that, I gained so much more in other aspects of my life that I never even really thought would happen. So if you guys are maybe feeling not so great about your body, you have no motivation, you have no energy, I hope this video will motivate you to make some changes and help you feel better, because that's what it's all about. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this. That was the really, really long intro, but let's just get to it. Okay, so for those of you guys who don't know, I had twin girls. They are 17 months old, almost 18 months old. I ended up having a C-section. They induced me and I just was not progressing. It had been 48 hours and they had popped one of the sacs. So one of my waters had broken and it was just, nothing was happening. So I did have to recover for a while from that scar. And I really did not think it was going to be so hard to recover from that. Nobody really told me. No, I mean, none of my friends have kids really. So I just didn't really hear much about C-sections. It is true what they say about how you forget about giving birth because I don't know, it's just something happens and you don't remember it. But I do remember that after I had my C-section, it was just so painful and so hard to do anything. I didn't work out really for like 6 months after that. My doctor said to take it easy for 6 months. So all I would do is go on walks. I would take the girls on walks pretty regularly. I don't know when I started doing that. And then I slowly started incorporating, maybe a couple months before, 6 months, but not really cardio. But I started to incorporate light exercises. So I would just do little things here and there, arm, leg exercises. And I did have the diastasis recti, the separation of your ab muscles. I do have it a little bit still. I want to say it's like a little tiny gap like that. When you lay on your back and you crunch up, that's when you can feel it. And I didn't actually know that I had the separation for a while because I was just feeling sitting up like this. And I was like, oh, I'm fine. I don't have anything. And then when my friends was like, oh no, you have to lay on your back. And that's when you can feel it. So I did have a little bit of that, and so I started to do some exercises for that. And my husband's a physical therapist, so he would give me some things to do. And I've also just YouTubed different exercises for that, and they're basically the same ones that he gave me. So if you guys are looking to help tighten that, then I would just suggest YouTubing it. There's a lot of different exercises. They're all pretty gentle on your stomach. It's just really helping to repair that area and just kind of slowly get it back to where it was. After 6 months, I still wasn't really doing any cardio. I was really just going on walks. Like, I was going on walks every day. My walks were a decent distance, a little bit of hills, like not really though. And every now and then I would do little exercises, but not a ton. But I was eating really good, and I've always been a healthy eater. And in the past, I could always get away with eating really well and just doing exercises here and there and I would be in decent shape. But before, I didn't have all this loose skin. And that's the thing that was really getting to me. It was just all this skin and I couldn't handle it anymore. I was always complaining to Andrew, like, why is this not going away? I'd lost all the weight, so the weight wasn't an issue. It was just how my body looked. And I think that's how most people are. So Andrew was like, you have to do cardio. If you want to tighten your skin, you have to do cardio. And he's a personal trainer too, so he knows. And I have just been such a hater of cardio. I like doing more high intensity things. So like interval training is a lot more fun to me because you don't get very bored doing it. And cardio, it's like, who wants to do that? I just kept ignoring that, even though he knew what he was talking about. So yeah, I was just complaining. I was like, you know what? I would make a ton of excuses. I would say, I can't work out right now because I should be working instead. Or I can't work out right now because I should just do laundry. I should clean the house. Like, there's so many things that you can tell yourself that you need to be doing because the list truly doesn't end. Like, if you guys are a stay-at-home mom, if you work from home, there's always something you can do to clean the house or whatever. So that's what I always would tell myself, that work was more important. And I just kind of found myself not as happy. I was very unmotivated. I didn't have much energy, even though I was getting a decent amount of sleep. By the way, I was breastfeeding till the girls were 6 months. So that is another thing where you have to kind of watch doing too much cardio because that'll affect your milk supply. Oh, I also forgot I was going to the gym with Andrew like every now and then, and I would do some machines and whatnot. And that was around 5 months I did that, but I totally just stopped. It was not a consistent thing. I don't know what happened. Basically, that's all that was going on for the entire year. Okay, I wasn't doing that much. And if I wasn't really breaking a sweat. It wasn't a ton. So around December, Andrew was like, I think for our New Year's resolution, we should try to go on runs together. Like, I want to, personally, that's what he said. He wanted to go on runs a couple times a week. And I was just like, no. I hate to run. I do not run. I'm not a runner. And he really, really wanted me to go with him because he's like, I'm not gonna be able to do this by myself. I need you to just help me in the beginning, just push me and we can run together and it'll be a fun thing. I'm like, a fun thing? Are you kidding me? So anyways, he finally convinced me. So starting January, we decided to go on a couple runs a week. The distance we were going is a little over 2 miles and I was dying. I was so tired. My face was beet red. I could barely breathe. I had so many cramps in my side. It was awful. But I noticed after every time it got easier and I actually started to enjoy it more and I started to look forward to it. I was like, what the heck is happening? And it got to the point where I wanted to go in the mornings because in the mornings it was cooler. It wasn't as hot. I could get it done. I could be done with my workout for the day and then I didn't have to worry about it for the rest of the day. You know, I could put makeup on after I was back and everything. I didn't have to wait for him to exercise. And so I started to run by myself. I would just push the girls in our double stroller and I just got a jogger stroller, by the way, which I'm so excited to start using. That's kind of how it started, running. And I ended up doing it because it was a way to, one, get out of the house, which I've mentioned before. It was really nice to have 30 minutes of quiet time and I could stick my headphones in. I could listen to whatever I wanted. It wasn't nursery rhymes. The girls were quiet. They're actually really good on runs and I've never had a problem with that. Except today I was going to go out on a run and Violet was throwing a fit, would not go in her stroller, but she is teething so bad right now. So we ended up just working out at home. But I would feel so much better after going on these runs and I would just think to myself, oh my gosh, I did it. Like every time I would get home, I'm like, you know what? That wasn't that bad. Like it was not easy, but I feel so good now. And it was only 30 minutes of my day. I was also realizing one day while we were watching Moana, I was like, wow, a lot of time has gone by. I could have gone on a run in this amount of time. Or we'd be in the playroom for an hour or so. I'm like, I could have gone on a run and come back by now. I was just seeing all this downtime that I was having during the day that could have been spent exercising. And I think before I was like, no, like I just need to be playing with the girls. But I play with them all the time. It's only 30 minutes and it's 30 minutes of them being outside. You know, they get to see stuff around. They get to see me actually working out. And I think it's just a really good example for them to get used to. So I think my perspective on everything just shifted. So after I started running, I noticed that my stomach was shrinking quickly. It actually even started to itch, and that's when you know your stomach is shrinking, like the skin is shrinking, is when it starts to itch. If you guys have had a baby, right when you have the baby, your stomach starts to itch a lot. It's just really itchy, and that's just from your skin. And I was like, Andrew, my skin is itching. Does that mean it's shrinking more? And he's like, yeah, probably. And so I started to go on these runs because I was seeing a difference in my body, and I couldn't believe how quickly my body was changing. It was nuts. I was like, why haven't I done this earlier? So I got into this thing where I would tell myself I'd go on 3 runs a week. If I did 2, no biggie. If I did 4, then awesome. I just would try to get in 3 a week. And that's kind of still what I do to this day. So yes, my stomach shrank in size tremendously, but what I didn't realize, what I would gain from working out so much more, is the mental clarity it would give me. I felt like I had so much more energy. And I think, a lot of the times you're like, I don't want to go on a run, I'm tired. Or not just a run, working out in general. I don't want to do that, I'm tired. But when you work out, you actually get more energy. I know it sounds crazy, but you do. You feel so much better. I also was so much more productive. So even though I had the same amount of work to do, the same amount of chores to do around the house, I found that I was doing them in a shorter amount of time. I was more efficient at everything. And since I had more energy, it wasn't as bad. Like, I didn't feel as lethargic during the day. I felt like I had more energy to play with the girls. Like, I'd come back and I'd be in a better mood because I got some time to myself. When you get a little bit of me time, you have more energy to give to other people. If you are giving all of your attention and time to something, for me it was my babies, you feel like you're drained because that's all you're doing all the time. It's like, oh my gosh, like this, it doesn't end, But if you just give like 30 minutes, that's not that much time at all. But that 30 minutes makes me such a better mom. It makes me feel more invested in them. Like I'm ready to read 1 million books with you. I'm ready to cook. I don't know. It's crazy. Also, from pushing a double stroller, my arms have gotten in great shape. They're just so much more toned now. A little bicep. But I just feel a lot better with my arms because my arms are the place that it's hard for me to lose weight in. Like when I gain weight, it's usually in my arms. So having toned arms I love that. Also, my legs have gotten in shape from running because obviously when you run, your legs are getting a good workout. But the other thing that I have been doing for quite some time, since January actually, is yoga. I do yoga every single morning. I set my alarm for 5:45 and I go to bed. A lot of people ask when I go to bed. I go to bed around 10-ish. I try to get ready for bed around 9:30, and then I try not to go to bed any later than like 10:15. That's usually my goal. The girls typically wake up around 6:30, 7. So it gives me about an hour to myself. And that hour is crucial to set my day off to the right start. I cannot tell you how much I love my mornings now. But I just roll out of bed in my pajamas, head out to the living room, turn on my yoga, and I just do it. I just get it done. I love yoga with Adrienne. I will link her down below. And I just pick a random yoga for the day, usually a 20 to 30 minute one. And then I can get the bottles ready for the girls. I can make my coffee and everything is just ready to go. Instead of waking up to two screaming babies, that just puts you in a bad mood from the start. You're like, here we go, But if I can wake up to some peace and quiet, give myself some caffeine, get yoga in, I just feel so good about myself. And also the yoga has really helped with the toning of my body. I do think it's helped a lot with my arms. Whenever I do yoga consistently, I always notice that my arms look a lot better. But I don't necessarily do the yoga for to get in shape. Yes, it has helped me get more leaned out, but I do yoga more for the mental state it puts me in. It just really helps me to start my day off right and just have a little quiet time, and I just love it so much. So now that my stomach is more where I want it to be, I'm ready to build more muscle. I love when I put on some muscle because I feel strong, and it just makes your body look so much better when you have some muscle to it. So I have 10-pound weights. They're outside right now. And what I do is these Nike training workouts. It's an app that I love. It's called Nike Training Club, I believe. I've had this since before I was married. I've been using this forever. Nike training. It's changed a lot since I first started using it, but it has all these workouts on here. So you can pick workouts. You can browse by muscle group, by workout type, and just like a bunch of different things. So I'll usually do either by muscle type, and I'll do like an arm workout, a leg workout, an ab workout, and it just is basically like a personal trainer, and you can add your music and it just tells you what to do. So doing one of those just makes me feel like I'm doing something more than just my cardio, because yes, cardio is super important for tightening up your skin, but to be in the ideal shape that I want to be in, I have to start building more muscle. So now my plan is to do my yoga every morning, and then every other day I'll run, and then on the off days I'll do one of these workouts. So I'm targeting certain muscle groups and helping to build more muscle and just get more toned and just look more defined. Now I'm gonna go through these questions and answer those for you guys. One question I've been getting a lot is if I count calories. No, I have never been one to count calories. I'm not even one to really ever weigh myself. It's more about how I feel and how I look. So I just eat healthy for the most part. In the morning, I'll have a little bit of eggs or a granola bar or some gluten-free cereal, maybe some fruit, and then usually I'll have some trail mix midday for a snack. For lunch, I always have a salad for the most part, and then for dinner, usually some lean meat and then some type of veggie and maybe a salad with that too. We eat pretty healthy around here. Andrew gets kind of mad because there's never any really snacky things or junk food. I just don't buy junk food. I don't ever have it in the house, because if it's in the house, then we'll eat it. And I also am a huge believer in, you feel like whatever you put in your body, that's going to really affect how you feel. So if I ever eat fast food, I feel like crap afterwards. I just don't feel good. So I want to be eating stuff that's going to make me feel better. And I am gluten-free. I don't have celiac, but I'm just sensitive to it. So that helps because I'm not eating sandwiches and bread and that type of thing. If ever I get like a burger or anything, I get it lettuce wrapped. So I think that does help with calories. But for the most part, I love juice, like getting pressed juices or smoothies. I do have my couple cups of coffee every day, usually 2 on average I have in the morning, or maybe I'll have like an iced coffee in the afternoon. I try to drink a lot of water, but with twins, you're really busy, so it's actually hard to find time to eat. So I have to really mentally stop and force myself to eat a good meal, because it can be easy to just eat maybe little snacky things, processed stuff all the time. But if I get a salad in the afternoon, then I'm really happy with the day. And something that's been helping me is to get packaged salads. I know it's way cheaper to just make your own salad, but I have just realized that I'm not gonna make myself a salad in the middle of the day because I hate cooking in the middle of the day. So I just buy packaged salads, and that's what I eat for lunch, and it's just worked out really good for me. Also, I think how much you're eating really matters. To me, it's everything in moderation. So if I really want ice cream one day, then I'll go get it and I'll just have a little bit. I won't eat a whole tub of ice cream. I think just don't eat something if you don't really want it. Like, I always try to tell Andrew that, and he's always like, we're very different as far as eating habits go. Andrew likes to have a cheat day, and he just like goes all out and eats whatever he wants, where I would feel so gross if I did that. If you guys want specific things that I eat, I post what I eat in a day videos where you can see everything that I eat in the entire day, and that's just kind of a good way to see examples of what I'm eating. Another question I got is just how to stay motivated, especially like to get yourself just up to work out. And to me, in the beginning, I tried to force myself to do it. I was like, okay, you're gonna go on runs a couple times a week, and I would tell myself, like, I'd force myself to do it. But recently I've gotten to the mindset of now it's a habit. I'm not forcing myself to do this, because whenever you're forcing yourself to do something, you don't want to do it, and it makes it look like a negative thing. If I'm like, you have to go on a run, like, who the heck wants to go on a run then? But if I look at it as a habit, like, this is what I do, this is part of my normal daily routine, you don't have to think about it. Because if you have to think about, do I want to work out, you're probably going to say no. So to me, it's just a thing that I do, like yoga. Every morning I just wake up and I do my yoga. It's not a question of, should I do yoga today? It's no, you're doing yoga today. Also, instead of looking at your workouts as a chore and something that you have to accomplish, see it more as what it's gonna do for you after you're done working out. Because for me, I see it as me time. I see it as a way to get more energy, a way to help my body, a way to be more productive. Like, there's so many benefits that it has, and the feeling that I get when I complete something like that is the best. So instead of making it like a chore, just think to yourself how much better you're going to feel afterwards. You will never regret doing a workout ever. I've never said I should not have gone on that run today. Like, no, you never say that. You always think like, man, that was awesome. I did it. And then you just feel like you can do so much more. I try to go on my runs before 10 o'clock because if it's after that, then I won't do it. So in the morning, I try to wash my face, brush my teeth, kind of get ready to go for the day, like put on my workout clothes. So that way I can put the girls in the stroller whenever we have a little downtime and we can just head out the door and go on our run. I always try to drink my 1 cup of coffee, a big glass of water, and eat a little something, because if I don't, then I'll get cramps in my side if I don't have enough water. And I try not to drink too much coffee before I run because obviously it dehydrates you. And I do find that when I do run one day, I don't drink as much coffee because you don't really crave it that much, I feel like, after you go on a run. And I end up drinking more water, which is awesome. The other thing is, when you're working out, I feel like it goes hand in hand with eating well, because if you work out one day, you're not going to want to throw that all away by eating something bad for you. At least to me, I know some people work out so they can eat bad foods, but when you eat bad, that's going to affect your body so much more. I think that eating healthy is like the most important thing. I like eating healthy most days, all day, because then if I do want something, then it's not a big deal, and it's not like I'm blowing everything to eat this dessert. You know what I mean? Like, if I want some French fries, it's not the end of the world because I ate good for the rest of the week. So I've never been one to be on a super strict diet. I'm just everything in moderation and eat the most healthy thing that you can. I'm all about getting some pressed juice every now and then to help cleanse your system and just kind of get everything working, help to get rid of inflammation and just detoxify your system. I think juice is really good for you. But just be smart about it. Know what you're putting in your body. Like, know what's in the food that you're eating. If it has a million ingredients on the box, it's obviously not going to be that good for you, as opposed to eating something that's a real raw food. So just be smart about it. Know what you're eating. Know what you're putting in your body. Some people asked if I run the same distance now. I do. It's just this loop that I do. It's a little over 2 miles. It's not too far, but I mean, it feels far to me. It just gets me going. It gets my body going. I try not to stop that often. In the beginning, I did stop every now and then just to kind of give myself a break. I not stop completely, just walk a little bit. But now I'm to the point where I don't really need to walk, which is really cool. Sometimes I'll have to walk just a little bit, like halfway through the run, but usually I can make it. And at the end, I just walk a little bit to cool down. I did a blog post on my music that I run to, which I love. So I'll link that down below for you guys, because it is crucial to have good music or else your run is going to be so hard. Some people asked, how much weight did I lose post-birth? I gained over 50 pounds. I gained 50 pounds at the last appointment that I looked at the scale, and I stopped looking at the scale because I didn't want to look. Like, I could not believe how much weight I was gaining. I want to say 60, because at the end I gained a lot of water weight. I was just really swollen everywhere. So I at least lost 50. I want to say at least 55 probably. The weight wasn't that hard to lose because nursing helped that a lot. Honestly, I don't even know how much I weigh right now. I haven't weighed myself in a really, really long time. But even when I lost the weight, my body looks so different. It didn't look the same. So the number was what I was when I started, but I just looked completely different. I had saggy skin. I didn't have any muscle. So I think it's more important not to look at the number, but look at your body and how your body looks and just see like what areas need to work on. And I did before I was pregnant. I used to work out at Andrew's parents' house. They have a gym at their house. And so me and my friend would go there 3 times a week or so, and we would do circuit training. So we would do arms one day, legs one day, full body the other day, and we would do just different exercises and rotate those. We would do like 3 sets. So you do biceps, triceps, and shoulders. You do 3 different exercises, and then you rotate that whole thing 3 times. We would just do stuff like that, and that really got me in really good shape. So let me know if you guys want maybe workout videos just on some exercises that I do. I feel like I've done my Nike training app so many times to where now I just have all those exercises in my head and I just kind of make up stuff as I go. Okay, let me show you my stomach, because another question that I got a lot is if I have that pooch above my C-section scar. So let me just show you my stomach. So yes, I do have skin still. Like, it sticks out a little bit because I can stretch it like this. And like when you bend over, you can see all the loose skin. But it's not like a huge pocket, but it's still skin. So I'm still working on tightening it up more. When I tighten now, you can see more of my abs, and it's just a lot better than it was. Okay, some snack ideas on the go. I love the little Snap Pea crisps. Those are really good. Trail mix, I always have trail mix. What other things do I bring? Bars, so Kind bars or protein bars. I like the brand One protein bars. Those are really good. If you can, just grab yourself a smoothie or a juice. That is a really good thing to give you some energy. I also eat a lot of hummus. I love bell peppers in hummus, or gluten-free pita chips in hummus. That's really good too. Another thing is, try to find little moments throughout the day where you can add in exercises. So the other day, the girls were just playing, so I just laid on the ground and did some ab stuff, or stretch, or do some squats, do some leg exercises. Just whenever you have little moments throughout the day, like if you're just playing with your kids, stand up and do some jump squats. You know, like there's always little times where you can add some exercising in. I don't think you have to say like, I'm gonna do 30 minutes of this right now. Just if you have little moments here and there and that's all you can do, then that's fine. I think if you're just adding in stuff, that is better than nothing. Okay, people have also asked like how I get ready after I go on runs, because if I'm sweaty or whatever and the girls are still awake. So a lot of the time, if I'm really gross, I will just wait till they go down for a nap to shower. So I will just do whatever around the house, maybe just wash my face for the time being, and then I'll wait to shower later. That's usually what I do. If I have to shower like right away, I'll just hop in the shower while the girls are like playing around and I can see them, and I'll just rinse off my body. Some people asked how I ate when I was breastfeeding. It was hard to eat when I was breastfeeding. I feel like you can't eat anything. And the girls just seem to be sensitive to everything. So just trying different things. And that was another thing that was really hard breastfeeding, because I was not eating enough calories. Like, you're supposed to eat a ton of calories every day when you're nursing, and I know I was not. So I'm pretty sure that affected my milk supply, because around 4 months my milk supply started going way down, and I think a lot of that had to do with not eating enough. It was just hard. I was just so busy. What is my average speed when running? I have no idea. I don't know. I'm not like sprinting. I'm just kind of running to the music. And when you push a stroller, it's hard to go that fast. So I couldn't tell you. I don't use an app because that seems like one more step and one more thing that I have to do. I'd rather I just put the girls in the stroller, I have my phone, my headphones, and my hat and my sunglasses, and we're out the door. So that is it for the questions. I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope you found this helpful. If you have any more questions, just leave them on this video and I will try to get back to all of you. Enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you guys are motivated to do some sort of exercise and just eat a little healthier, just to feel better about yourself. So thank you again for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.